Yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Thursday morning to you. Appreciate you guys kicking off another morning with me here on Winning Bets. We got your coffee, you got your sports, and some sports betting. I come into this morning feeling pretty good. Made multiple units yesterday. We had a fantastic day yesterday betting sports. But then I also come into this conversation a little bit hot and a little bit heated because I just got off the online chat support with FanDuel. Why was I talking with FanDuel chat support? Well, we'll get to that in the recap. Speaking of that recap, let's just go ahead and make sure we kick off the show like we do every single day with kicking off on that recap. And we get to ring that cash register, ladies and gentlemen, because we put plus 5.39 units in your pocket yesterday. Absolutely love to see that right there. We took 7 NBA favorites yesterday. 6 of those 7 won for 2 moneyline parlay cashes. Nets, Jazz, Bulls, moneyline parlay cash. Wolves, Clippers, that was the one that tripped us up. And that was a little bit of a heartbreaker right there with the Clippers because, first of all, the game goes to overtime. Okay, the game goes to overtime. No real issue right there. 2 best players on the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, don't play overtime? Kind of don't play overtime. Kawhi Leonard checks in with 1 minute to go in overtime. Paul George checks in with 5 seconds to go in overtime. Overtime? We're not playing our 2 best players? What the hell are we doing out there, Los Angeles Clippers? Not playing them. And then secondly, I haven't watched an NBA game in a long time. You guys know that. I've admitted that. But back when I used to watch NBA, if you couldn't inbound the pass within the 5-second rule, you would just like throw it off the guy's legs, have it hit his legs, and the ball rolls out of bounds. You get to re-attempt to inbound the ball. 5 seconds to go. Clippers down 111 to 112. They get to inbound the ball. They get a 5-second violation. What are you talking about? Shouldn't there be a 5-second violation? Throw the damn ball off the guy's legs and attempt it again. I don't get it. What are we doing here? And of course, they get that 5-second violation. Now they've got to, foul, and then the Magic go to the free throw line and put the game away. I don't. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. Not using your 2 best players in overtime, and why we're not intentionally throwing the ball off a homeboy's legs right there to get another attempt to inbound it. Don't get that right there. Thankfully, though, we did rebound with Bucks and Pelicans on the money line parlay. Here, the next one there is the reason why I just got off the chat there with FanDuel support. DeJounte Murray over 2.5 made 3-pointers. Didn't get any. Only played 4 minutes. Attempted a jump shot. Came down on RJ Barrett's foot, and in doing so, he rolled his ankle. So 4 minutes in, he had to go ahead and bow out with an ankle injury. The reason I'm so damn heated like everybody else is 2 nights ago, Anthony Davis played 8 minutes. So twice as many more minutes as what Murray was able to play last night, and then he left the game due to flu-like symptoms, and FanDuel does a bad beat refund. Everybody went ahead and got their money back, straight wagers, and obviously parlays as long as that was a losing leg. But they didn't do that last night for Devontae Murray. I'm pissed. I'm fine with losing a bet due to an injury. I got no problem losing. I mean, I got a problem, but I understand that's fully part of gambling. But don't refund something 2 nights ago, and then you get the same scenario the next night. You don't want to do it. The reason they didn't do DeJounte Murray is because it was 2 nights ago when it was AD. It's a star player on a star team on a small NBA slate, so their liability on Anthony Davis was high because there was only 3 NBA games, so Anthony Davis had a lot of money on him. Not the case last night with Murray on a big NBA slate. They didn't really have to worry about pissing off a lot of customers like 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, a lot of money was on AD, so they had to go ahead and refund it. But on the big NBA slate, not a lot of money was probably on DeJounte Murray comparatively to AD, so we'll just piss off those few customers and they can just deal with it. I just want consistency. If it mattered 2 nights ago, it should matter last night. You set a limit, right? If a player only plays 1 quarter, we'll go ahead and refund it. Whatever your limit is, if the guy bows out due to an injury, we'll refund the people. Just be consistent. That's all we want. Just be consistent. Now, I'd like to sit here and say I'm not going to use FanDuel again, but I price shop like hell. And if FanDuel's got the best price, I'm going to use FanDuel. Pissed off just due to the lack of consistency. Not mad that I lost a bet due to an injury. I've lost a lot of bets due to injury over my time. Actually, it happens. I'm fired. And I just said, I just got off the chat. I just let some guy named Jeremy at the FanDuel support group just have it, absolutely have it, and fully know that guy can't change the outcome. That guy can't do anything. But you know what? You work customer support. I've worked customer support sometimes, and that's your job sometimes, just to stand there and take it and put on a smile and then move on to the next customer. Well, this is one of those things where you just like let somebody have it just so you can feel better. I don't know if I feel better, but at least I let that poor bastard have it. I just don't get it, man. Like, come on. So disgusting stuff right there. We bounced back, though, with Rudy Gobert over 14.5 points. He ended the game with 16, cashing us in the fourth quarter. Then we hit a little free roll. Told you guys we were going to put together a free bet. We did Grizzly money line and 5 over and unders. Got a great cash right there. And then thanks to Thad, if you guys see Thad in that comment section at any point today, or if you see him on Twitter, the only reason we got a good plus 115 cash is because Thad said, I need a hockey SOG play. Can you hook a bro? Can you hook me up? I got you. And we got a cash. So we'd love to see that right there. Again, guys, plus 5.39 units. Absolutely love to see that right there. All right. Whew, good stuff right there. Let's continue this. Now good on the week, plus 3.91 units. Let's see what you guys are in the chat. See if you guys are just fired up. Jason, what's up, man? Morning, Ross. Morning. I mean, that was insane. How do you not play your 2 best players in overtime? How do you not play your 2 best players in overtime? Kawhi Leonard and Paul George sit basically the entire overtime. How does that happen? Great NBA picks. Appreciate that. Jazz, Nets, Bulls, and hit the Knicks at plus money. Good job, Mark. Love to see that. Thank you for that comment. What's up, Dad? Hear me out. Uh-oh. I said that. That's what I said on yesterday's show. I said if he doesn't look ahead, he's going to take the Chiefs over the Broncos. But if he looks ahead, he's going to take the Seahawks this week and then take the Chiefs next week. I nailed that, Thad. We all know you. We all support you, man. Nailed it. I knew that's what you were going to do. But if you didn't look ahead, you were going to take the Chiefs or the Broncos. But you did look ahead and smart, right? I mean, you only got a few weeks left. What is it, 5 weeks left of the NFL season? I think 5? Yeah, maybe 5. So you're smart to look ahead. I knew that's what the hell you were going to do. Great, Dad. All right, let's go Seahawks. They're playing. I can't remember who the hell they're playing now, but I knew that's what you were going to do, and I agree. I don't know, man. I mean, can't be mad at the loss, injury. I mean, you can be a little bitter, but why can't we get the refund? Oh, because it's not a star player, so it's not worth the PR pop doing Murray. Disgusting. I like that Seahawks pick, too. I do like that Seahawks pick. Everybody lost on Murray, but refund the people, man. Like, just be consistent. And then, of course, I told the guy in the FanDuel chat, well, I'm taking my money elsewhere. Like, there's Caesars and PointsBet. Like, my money's not going anywhere because when you have the best price, I want to bet the best price. But, God, that shit just irritates me. It really does. We just want people to be consistent. That's all we want. Don't like it. Let's go ahead and get to some bets, fellas. Hey, I did the World Cup show yesterday with Matt. I had a great time, by the way. Oh, man, cannot wait for these quarterfinals. You got 7 big boy nations and then a hell of a Cinderella there in Morocco. Let's go ahead and throw the bets up here on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and roll with these bets. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Croatia team total under 0.5 at minus 106. I got that one at FanDuel. The reason I didn't put that on here is because I gave that one out on the show. So maybe FanDuel no longer has the best price. But when I gave it out yesterday, FanDuel was the book. And same thing with Virgil van Dijk. That's who VVD is. He's going to have one shot at plus 150 and got that one over at PointsBet. I will tell you, it's plus 150 at PointsBet. It's minus 125 over at FanDuel. We've talked about PointsBet. Their player prop market has been way off this entire World Cup. Here's just another latest example. I don't bet it because of value. I mean, the value certainly helps and maybe it plays a part, but I'm betting it because Virgil van Dijk's going to get his head on the end of a corner, just like who did last game against Argentina? Harry Sutar, a good plus 260. Go ahead and take Virgil van Dijk at plus 150. Then I'm going to go ahead and take England team total over 1.5 cards. Of course, we talked about this bet as well on the show yesterday. Really love how England doesn't have any cards so far in this tournament. The cards never wipe clear in this tournament. You pick up 2 cards, you're suspended. Well, they've got no concerns, and they've got to deal with pace for days with Dembele and Mbappe. It's going to be a good one. I'm expecting England to draw some cards. And then I took the 4 games and just did 0-0 at halftime. Maybe they all hit. Maybe they don't all hit. I bet you probably 3 out of 4 had to go ahead and take a hit. Then you can see right there, I took those same 4 games. And Matt said, you know what? if there's a goal, there will not be multiple goals in the first half. Like, this whole thing is going to be tight. You heard Thad say it yesterday. He likes under 2.5. I generally like under 2.5. But nobody wants to be out of it come second half. So it's going to be very tight, low-scoring first halves, and even throughout. But just you want to give yourself a chance to win the game in the second half. I'm on it with Matt. I think he's brought a good idea. Why don't you go ahead and take those 4 games and do under 1? This is an Asian total. That's where you'll go ahead and find it, is on the Asian total. Just take all games, and if one of these ends in a push, you can sit there and kind of, filter out, the plus 100, and you still get a plus 383 cash. If one of these ends up being a push, you can still get a very, very good payout. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 units on that. So I'll go ahead and put 2 units on that, plus 683, under 1 goal in each first half of these games. Really not worried about any of those games. I'm not going to be surprised if all 4 cash. I absolutely like that. One more go ahead and get for you guys is, had a free bet over on BetMGM. We've kind of talked about how, A, they've got a great promo going with Tim Howard, and B, this sportsbook is the only sportsbook that I know of that if you just use their platform, they give out free bets like it's candy on Halloween. I mean, just use their platform. If the price is even a tick worse, make the damn bet at BetMGM. They give out free bets all the time. I got 4 teams that I think will go ahead and advance to the semifinals. Give me Brazil, Netherlands, Morocco, England. Maybe some of them is a touch of a reach, but because it isn't a free roll, I'll go ahead and do it. That being said, I do like Morocco's chances up over Portugal. Remember, they've only conceded 1 goal this World Cup. 1 goal, and that was because their own defender put it in the back of the net. And Portugal is not going to be hanging 6 on them like they did Switzerland. Love England up against France. Maybe I'm a Premier League homer, but I think maybe this is the 3 Lions time. Netherlands, you got to stop Messi, of course, But if they can get that done, then I like their chances. Love Louis van Gaal. I think he's got between the 2 managers, I give the edge to Louis van Gaal to put together a better game plan tactically to attack Argentina. And then Brazil, it's minus 650. What are we even talking about here with Brazil? So, all right, we'll see if that free roll can hit. That one will pay, 9 units if it goes 9+ units. If we can go ahead and get that. If you got a free bet, come on along with me for the ride. Come on along with me. All right, let's talk some Thursday Night Football, fellas. Let's go ahead and throw a bet up here on the screen, and then let's talk about some player props as well. I'm going to go ahead and roll with a teaser. We kind of talked about on yesterday's show. We kind of like the Raiders. Maybe you take the 6.5. I'm just going to go ahead and do a teaser. Raiders minus 2.5 and under 53.5. Love that. Hell, the Raiders could get 30 points, and the Rams could still get 23 points, and we're still under 53.5. You can get that at minus 120. At DraftKings or BetMGM So one of those 2 books, if you have BetMGM, maybe you place it over there to get yourself a free roll. So, yeah, love that right there. Let's talk some player props for Thursday Night Football. You, of course, have that good angle of the Raiders. Remember, they can't defend the running back position from a receiving standpoint. Remember, just last week, we cashed Austin Eckler. But if you look at this Rams team, they do not use their running backs a lot out of the backfield from a receiving standpoint. So I was kind of put off on that. It felt like a big stretch if you're going to go ahead and make that play, because it just doesn't look like that's a Sean McVay kind of thing that he uses a lot in his offense. So got put off on that. One of the things I do like is the Rams allow the 9th most fantasy points per game to the wide receiver position. You've got Devontae Adams. Not only do we have Devontae Adams, but we have a Devontae Adams who comes into this game absolutely smoking. Look at those numbers in the last 5 games. Nobody is hotter right now than Devontae Adams. First in yards, first in targets, first in receptions, and first in TDs in the last 5 games. And again, the Rams are 9th worst in the NFL in terms of fantasy points allowed per game to the wide receiver position. So if you're putting together a same game parlay, maybe Devontae Adams gets in there. Don't be scared of Jalen Ramsey. That guy right there, Devontae Adams, he's an absolute beast. Another good angle you could go ahead and look at is maybe Carlson there, the field goal kicker for the Raiders. I think he's a good look because the Rams allow 2.1 made field goals per game. And the reason they allow 2.1 made field goals per game is they got the 2nd best red zone defense in the NFL. They only allow 43.24 touchdowns when you get in the red zone. And in the last 3 games, that's even better at 35.71% of red zone trips that can convert it to a touchdown. Again, that's 2nd best in the NFL. So It's juicy. It's minus 160. That's the only reason it's not an official bet. It's like, do you want to pay minus 160? But obviously Carlson's got a hell of a leg. You pair that with the defense there in the Rams that are just really stout on third down, really stout, obviously second best in the red zone, and maybe that's a good look. I will say we do also have the FanDuel $5 risk-free. Just like we put together a hockey play, that's my intention, is to hang back after we talk about some bets, and I will do the FanDuel $5, just $5. But as the recap showed, we got $8 and change in arbitrage money, so it'll be a free roll for us. We love using our free roll when we can earn back a free bet. So we'll definitely be doing that Thursday night football same game parlay. I guarantee you Devontae Adams is going to work his butt right on up in there. So those are some of the player props. It's Thursday night football. There's only one game. I know the desire is to bet it. But those are really the angles. You got the receiving running backs, but again, not using the game plan. Maybe you do the field goal kicker. Just not a lot of good angles, so don't force it, fellas. Just because there's only one game in town doesn't mean you have to force it. Let's talk some NBA. There's only 3 NBA games. Nothing really stands out in terms of taking money lines or over-unders. 2 player props you could be interested in. Nikola Jokic, the center there for the Nuggets, should have a good game. Should have had a good game the other night when we needed him up against the Mavs. He didn't do all that much, coming up short on points and rebounds. So that put me off on that. And then however you pronounce this guy's name, the center for the Houston, Alperen Sengun, whatever the hell his name is, he should also have a big night, but we don't have any player props for that game in terms of this guy. So don't know where the number is. I'm interested in betting him. We just don't have any numbers on that. Let's talk some NHL. I'm going to have to rely on you guys on the chat for this one, so help me out here. First of all, there's no good thing for shots on goal. I had a feeling because we hit the one yesterday, and we hit it at, not only did we hit one, but boy, we hit one at +1. I had a feeling the question was going to come, so I researched it. No good shots on goals. But help me out, guys. And again, I don't know anything about hockey, but I'm seeing the Winnipeg Jets at -110. They are second in the Western Conference, playing the Blues, who are 12th. So we got second place versus 12. The Winnipeg Jets score only one less goal in the season. Only one less goal in the season. But they concede 39 less goals than the Blues. They've conceded 39 less goals in the season than the Blues while only scoring one less. Why are the Jets at -110? There are some guys on the injury report. Again, I don't know anything about hockey, so I don't know if these are players that matter. So I need you guys to help out because I want to kind of pull a plug on the Jets at -110. And the other one, it's the Stars are taking on the Senators. Where are they at? Stars are in 4th place. Senators are in 15th place. And much like the same goal differential, not as big of a discrepancy there with the 39 less goals allowed. But the Stars, they have scored 21 more goals while conceding 7 less. Like, why am I not taking the Stars on the 60-minute line at -125? Help me out here. Let me go to the chat and see what you guys are talking about if you guys know any of that. Again, I don't know. Again, there's guys that are injured. I don't know anything about them, but I'm just looking at the teams, the rankings, the standings. And again, I'm not scared to take favorites. I gave out 7 NBA favorites yesterday. 6 of the 7 hit. Don't be scared of favorites. There's a reason why you do all this damn research and you spend hours of looking up stats. It's like, yeah, I see how, the Nets should be favored over the Hornets or the Pelicans should be favored over the Pistons when you tear through the stats. I'm just looking at this and I'm not digging too deep because, again, I don't really know hockey, but shit, man. Looks like I should be on the Jets and the Stars. So let's jump in this comment section and see if you guys can help a guy out. You see Brazil being 1-0 at halftime and the rest 0-0. Don't underestimate Croatia. They are very used to sitting back and defending. That is their MO. That's their MO. But I hear you. That's why I thought Matt had a great idea of putting together a 2-unit. Well, he didn't put 2 units on it. I don't know what he did in terms of his money. But I decided to put 2 units on it. That's why I decided to do the under 1 parlay, Adrian. Because I do hear you. If there's one of those games that maybe goes over, it could be Brazil. I mean, they're in fine form. They're going to have all the ball against Croatia. So I do hear you, Adrian. Maybe that one loses and we cash the other 3. But then if we cash that, what would then become a 3-legged parlay at around plus 383 at 2 units? That sounds like to me one hell of a quarterfinals we would have ended up having. Panthers at the Seahawks. That's what it was. Yeah, I knew that's what you were going to do. Love it, Dad. Go Seahawks, man. Love the soccer bets. Good, 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 good. Yes, sir. On those Raiders. Rams have been getting cooked lately. I'm telling you, Devontae Adams. We're going to make the same game parlay while we're hanging out. Does no Aaron Donald change your mind on that Rams D? Nope. Does not. Does not. Adams and Raiders parlay at plus 110. I assume you're saying Adams for a touchdown. The Rams allow 1.0 touchdown per game to the wide receivers. They really get eat up in terms of yards and reception is where they get eat up. They only allow one touchdown. Does it probably go? I tell you what, the Raiders only use, looks like 2 goddamn wide receivers. They only use Adams and Hollins. I would maybe take a play on both of those guys. Again, we haven't built that same game parlay yet. We're about to do it. Raiders going to win. Raiders going to get the easy win. Needed to look at who's goaltender. I did look up, Ryan, again, I don't know who the goaltenders are, but I did look up none of these hockey teams, or at least the Jets and the Stars, none of them are playing on the back end of a back-to-back. So I was interested in that, but they're not on the back of the back, so you should be playing your starter. That's my only, I did have that concern. I did that. But with not playing on the back end of the back-to-back, like you would think, Stars would play whoever their starter is, and the Jets would play whoever the hell their starter is. But thank you for bringing that up, Ryan. I think that's a great point. Stars are an under team. Okay. I do use an app, and I've kind of talked about this on TikTok. It's called Odds Trader. It's a free app. Again, guys, when you do your handicapping, maybe you've got like 10 things you rely on. Not all 10 things will check out. This app does have both the Stars and the Jets predicted to win the game. Again, it's just a piece of the handicapping. It's not the end-all, be-all, but it's one of the 10s per se. Who the hell knows if I've got 10 or 12 or what the number is, but it's one of them. Winnipeg looks tempting. They did beat the Blues. It was in October, I believe it was, when I looked it up. So I don't get it. If I do this, fellas, if I do it, I'm taking the Stars on the 60-minute line. I don't want to pay minus 180 on the money line. I don't want to pay the puck line, because then you got to win by 2. And if the game goes to overtime, you obviously can't win by 2. And if they win in regulation by 2, okay, great, you're holding on to a plus 130, but there's a chance they only win by 1 in regulation. I would probably just do the 60-minute line. Jacobs is on the injury report. I mean, he's gonna play, but just throwing it out there. He is on the injury report. And I like Hollins for his receiving total. Just because, again, the Rams allow the 9th most fantasy points per game to the wide receivers. Let's go ahead and cook up that parlay. Let's go ahead and cook that sucker up. Let me share my screen, and it's a $5 free roll. Got nothing to lose. We're using arbitrage money, and if it loses, we'll get a $5 free bet back. Let's go ahead and cook one up. Let's cook it up. Let me share my screen. See what you guys got. You guys can tell me, hey, don't put that shit play in there, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put that play up in there. All right. Here we go. That's not what I want. Let's go to FanDuel. All right, fellas. Let's cook up a little same game parlay. Let's cook one up. Risk-free, $5. Not going to obviously do the money line. Not going to do any of that stuff, right? I've already got that in a parlay. I don't need a double dip and get my ass handed to me and lose everything potentially. So I do like this guy Hollins. I looked him up. I was very interested in taking him. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys are considering. I was interested in, man, Jacobs is an absolute workhorse. Holy hell. I was actually interested in taking, Cam Akers doesn't do anything in the receiving game. They do use, they don't have the backup on FanDuel. They have the backup on DraftKings. They don't have it on FanDuel. Damn it. Okay, not doing that. Let's see if any of these teams has like a big first quarter advantage. Let's see. Vegas gets 3 points. Rams get 4.2. And the last, it goes down. That one goes up. What funny is it going to be if Baker Mayfield plays? Like, everybody talks about how, like, the Rams have such a sophisticated offense. Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid. Baker Mayfield's been there for 2 days, and he's projected to start. Don't tell me this shit's sophisticated. Now, the only thing that's going to happen is chemistry and stuff can be way off with the receivers, obviously. That's an issue, but these guys are professionals. They can just plug and play whatever offense it is. So Raiders, and they both allow about the same number of points. Wow. So no real edge there. I guess I could do first half. I don't know. It seems risky. I mean, it is 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams going to get 2 touchdowns? He's going to get 2. Let's drop him in there. 1 feels like it's a lock. We need 3 picks, and it has to be above 400. So whatever next pick we put in, we're definitely there. What do you guys think, fellas? What are you guys putting in your same game parlay? Oh, Jets have a what? Jets have a goalie battle going on right now with the backup competing for. Love that. It's just to make everybody perform that much better. Love that news, Ryan. Love that. Is DK the only app with the Asian totals for the under 1 parlay? Good question. I'll show you guys where that is, though, but I couldn't. No, Bet Rivers and Barstools has it because I did price check over there. You want to scroll over to DraftKings. You want to go to spread and total, and then you want to scroll over to Asian total first half is where you want to get this, and then you want see if it's still 683. I just built it. Still, better price, 689. I gave it out at 683. Now it's 689. There you go, a little bit better of a price. But no, you could also do it at Barstools/Bet Rivers, same book. You know what? I've never researched that angle ever. So, other than maybe like the quarterback to throw an interception, I've never researched the defensive side of getting a sack or who could maybe. I don't know. I've never researched that angle. Never done that. Just had an Evie under. Matt Gay, field goals over. Yeah, FanDuel doesn't do field goals, so can't put this in the same game parlay. Only Caesars and DraftKings are the 2 books I know that does field goals. You've got Holland scoring 2 touchdowns. Yeah, just FanDuel doesn't have field goals. Carlson's the one, though. If you want to do it, again, the Rams, second best red zone defense, really stout. Is it still minus 160? Because that's what put me off on it. Yeah, it's minus 160. That's the only reason I didn't do it. That's the only reason. Just pricey, but it checks the boxes in terms of stats. And there's a reason it's minus 160 because the Rams have, again, a good red zone defense, and the Raiders should potentially stall out and kick field goals. But definitely can't put it in this, unfortunately. I'm going to do actually Derek Carr. I'm going to go throw Derek Carr up in here. He's getting over 250. We take out Devontae Adams for 2. Let's just do him for 1. Now we need one more. We need another because the odds got to be at 400 or better. I wish they'd give you better options like on DraftKings. You just can't. See, this makes it pretty tempting. Well, the Rams get 17 more points. I mean, if Baker Mayfield really does start, that chemistry's got to be so bad between him and the receivers and all that. I don't know. I don't know if I can quite. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Or maybe if Baker Mayfield starts, maybe you do the first quarter because maybe they're sloppy as all get out. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to rely on Baker Mayfield actually starting. Ian Rappaport said, looks like he's in line to get it. I'm going to do, what's this first quarter spread? I'm going to do that they come out sloppy and the Raiders get it done. So I'm going to do with Raiders first quarter spread -0.5, so just win the first quarter. I'm going to go ahead and say Devontae Adams does get a touchdown. Again, he's been the best receiver in the last 5 games of the entire NFL. I think Derek Carr is going to get over 250 yards. I'm going to do Mac Hollins over 45.5 receiving yards. I will log in and actually put my $5 on it when I'm not screen sharing, but I will screenshot it, and that's what I'll do, plus 792. I'll go ahead and pop it in this thing here. Pop it in here just so everybody can see it a little bigger. If anybody didn't get it, put that down. So I'm rolling. It's the same game parlay. $5, 7, so win 35, $40. I'll take that and put that in the arbitrage and set myself up maybe for a nice weekend. Set myself up. Rams like to run, drain the clock. I know. I'm on the under, baby. I'm on under 53.5. All right, so that's it, fellas. So in terms of bets today, I'm going to do it. I'm adding this hockey. I didn't see anybody put anything in this chat that put me off of it. Actually, hold on. Did the hockey squirrel hit me back? I did run it by him. Did he message me back? He hasn't messaged me back. He sleeps till mid-afternoon every day, so I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to do it. Let's price check, fellas. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Otherwise, we only have one bet today. Raiders teaser. I'm in. I'm doing it. Let's price check. Oh, another great thing Odds Traders for. Saves you a lot of time price shopping. I can click here on, again, this is a free app. And they're obviously not paying me to say this, so if you're wondering. You can go to, you select the game, and then you just do money, and you can look. You can see all the sports books, and you can see the prices. So, I mean, price shopping is like, takes 10 seconds. So it looks like the best line is for the Jets. I'm showing minus 115 at all the books. And then let's go do the Stars on a 60-minute line. They're the home team too? Like, I don't get that. Puck line. Oh, that one I do got a price shop for because they only do puck line, money line, and total. So let's price shop here for that one real quick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm adding those. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I mean, I don't get the discrepancies at all. So let's price shop here for a second. Fellas, price shop. Slap my $5 on this FanDuel thing real quick. Let's do it, boys. Let's get some hockey plays up in here. Thad coming in with a plus 115 cash. I've always said, man, appreciate you guys always offering up suggestions. Love it. All right. Slapped my $5 on that. That plays. Hold on a second. Just price shopping here for us. We will get there. Make sure you opt in, fellas, by the way. Don't forget. I may or may not have had to just place that again. Damn it. Oh, well. It's only $5. All right. What are we talking about here? It's $5. All right. 60-minute line. Okay, so that's a worse line on FanDuel. So let's log out of FanDuel. Check points bet now. So we're definitely minus 115 is best price for the Jets. We're only price shopping for that 60-minute line on the Stars. Maine. Where is it? Minus 131 over on PointsBet. Let's check BetMGM on my phone. I'll check Caesars because Caesars doesn't have a website. They only have an app. Checking BetMGM. Caesars. 60-minute betting minus 145. Well, DraftKings is going to be way the better price. Let's see what BetMGM is. BetMGM is minus 135. One more book to check is Barstool / Bet Rivers, whatever you want to call it. Same book, essentially. NHL. Regular time. Here it is. Minus 122. I'm telling you, you can always get the best price. All right, so that's the best price. Let me log in, slap a unit on that so I can then give you guys the official bet once I've actually put my money on it. Put a unit on each, nothing crazy. Don't really know hockey, don't know anything about it, don't know anything about these injuries. All I know is the discrepancies in the goal differential is quite mind-blowing. Not a parlay, of course. Kirk, could we do a parlay? Nah, just keep it the singles. Keep it the singles. Make the smart play, the educated play. All right, let's go ahead and so I did both of these were on DraftKings for the Jets money line minus 115, and then we'll do Stars 60-minute money line minus 122 at Bet Rivers. Official bets. Just added them too, fellas. There we go. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about. Adams anytime touchdown and 86 receiving yards for plus 175. Doesn't get you the promo. The promo has to be 3 or more picks, or maybe even 4 or more. I have to go back and look. But it's plus 400. So if you're just asking me in terms of that bet, I think getting the guys to write the score the touchdown is always risky. But yeah. The guys, I just showed you the damn graphic. The guy's been the best wide receiver in the league for the past 5 weeks. He's got 7 touchdowns in the last 5 weeks. He's on fire. So, yeah. NHL has a bet and get. Oh, okay. See? Using the promos to your advantage. Dad's going to make a bet and then get himself a free bet. And then he's going to go and place a 4-legged parlay on Morocco, Brazil, Netherlands, and England to go ahead and advance and make the semifinals. He's going to ride along with you on that free roll. Let's get it. And then just for clarity, there we are, fellas. All right, that's how we're rolling today. 3 bets. We got an NFL teaser on Thursday Night Football. Raiders minus 2.5. Parlay that with under 53.5 points. And we'll go ahead and do Jets on that money line at minus 115. Stars 60-minute line minus 122. And don't forget that free roll for Thursday Night Football over on FanDuel. Good luck if you put together a different one. Hopefully you can get yours the cash. And then, of course, we've got these soccer plays. I'm absolutely loving those soccer plays. I will throw those up one more time just if anybody wants to take a big screenshot of all this stuff. Kind of cover my own face. So there you guys go. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Oh, no. 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 Oh, man. Oh, Tim Howard coming up making the save. I've scored on him probably 10 days in a row. He cannot stop the upper 90. He just never jumps to the upper 90 spot. It's just straight cash, putting it over there. All right, fellas. Hey, enjoy your Thursday. Come back on tomorrow's show. We got to roll out some NFL bets. We've also have to big NBA slate. So we'll look to get some over-unders, money line parlays, and of course we'll look to do some of those player props as well. And that's how we'll do it. All right, fellas. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.